Welcome, my name is Belinda Mangani from Find Your Zero. I want to take you back a moment and show you how all this came about and how the program evolved. Back in 1992, when I met and married my husband, he gave me two options. Belinda, you can work for the rest of your life and spend as much as you like, or you can save and pay off the house. Well, for me it was a natural choice. I wanted to be a stay-at-home mum, so paying off the house was the option that I took. I set us a plan to pay the house back in 4 years. 4 years later, fast forward, and we did pay the house off, and then we set about our next step. Fast forward to 2004, and I decided that I would become a mortgage broker. It seemed like a natural process because I was good at managing loans, knew how to manage money, and I recognised that there was a great need for education in the community. People were struggling to understand loans and struggling to understand money. So it just seemed like a natural progression to become a mortgage broker. So fast forward to 2005, life was looking really fantastic. It seemed to be that we had everything. We had our home paid off, we had no debts, and we had 3 small children. But we needed income. Anyway, so we decided to invest in what seemed like a really good project, and only to our horror found out later that it was a $2 shelf company and we had lost the lot. So starting again was a really tragedy, actually, a tragedy for everything. It affected my health, it affected everything that I was. But I was determined that no matter what, I was going to survive it. After this, I started going back and revisiting customers, and I realised that they were all in the same position. Here was I, had gone from $1 million plus in property to zero, and come back, and they were all at the same position. And I had to really seriously look at, was I doing something quite different to them? Fast forward 10 years again, and 10 years later, life is looking pretty good. I've managed to take us from zero back up to 2 million plus, and life's looking great. We made the decision to include world travel with our children and completely reprioritise life, making memories rather than focusing on money as we had in the past. In 2014, after returning from a major 4-month trip around Egypt, Jordan, Europe and the UK, I decided it was finally time for me to follow my heart, and I set myself a mission and a vision to help as many people around the world, and hence Find Your Zero was born. Find Your Zero is about find yourself and find your money, about creating and maintaining a balance. And so I began documenting all my processes when disaster struck yet again. Upon receiving my new 10,000 flyers, I was diagnosed with breast cancer, with the horrible realisation that not only would I gain a further 10 kilos in weight, but I would most certainly face the most devastating moment for me personally, and that was the loss of my precious hair. I felt as though I had spent 10 years climbing to the top of a well, and suddenly a huge wave came and threw me to the bottom once again. At this moment I realised that my positive mindset, together with my skills and tools that I'd spent years teaching people, were the very foundation of the Find Your Zero program, and what had saved me personally from almost certain financial and personal disaster. But don't just listen to me, listen to what my customers are saying about the Find Your Zero program. I must say though, in 2018 I achieved my childhood dream, and that was to release the book, Why Me? I have amalgamated the findings from my life story and my program into 2 books, and you will find them in the Why Me and Find Your Zero series. Thank you.